Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the December 16th workshop of the Murrieta City Council. It's now called to order. Madam Clerk, will you please take roll? I still can't see anybody.
We need booster chairs.
Here.
Councilmember Stone.
Here.
Councilmember Holliday.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle.
Here.
Mayor Warren.
Here.
Let the record reflect all members are present.
Thank you very much. We're going to go right into our workshop, and now we're going to do it as we have been doing other workshops so that everybody has an opportunity. As we go through the workshop, people can come up, fill out a request to speak, and if you're asking a question, we will answer it and get it answered at the same time, so then we can move on to the next speaker, and that way it will flow. We are kind of on a time lapse. We need to be done no later than 4:45, so I'll keep an eye on that. And with that, I would like to turn it over to Assistant City Manager Kristen Crane. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council members. I'm Kristen Crane, Assistant City Manager. The focus of our workshop today is the Town Square Park and Amphitheater Use and Signature Event Policy. And before I review some of the background and context as we dig into this workshop, I do want to acknowledge our staff team that's been working with the Council Subcommittee of Mayor Warren and Councilmember Holliday on this topic over about the past 6 months. We've had our Director of Community Services, Brian Ambrose, Special Event Supervisor Laura Faso, Senior Special Event Coordinator Nadine Katab, Director of Economic Development Scott Agajanian, and in addition we've also had contributions from the Municipal Services Department, our police and fire departments, so it has been a thorough multi-party effort. And I particularly want to thank Laura and Nadine for their excellent work driving this process, capturing all of the information that was discussed at each of our meetings and the recommendations, and pulling it all together for you in the packet that you have with the agenda report and the attachments and so forth, all while keeping through their very busiest time of the year, which is basically like 10 months from the springtime through all of the summer festivities, the fall festivities, and of course the recent Christmas festivities. And so they've done a fantastic job. As a workshop, our purpose for this afternoon is to review with the full council the recommendations from the subcommittee, to review your questions and seek your feedback, and then based on your feedback and your concurrence to proceed, if that is indeed where we land, staff will return at a future city council meeting for you to officially adopt the policy and the proposed user fee schedule for the Town Square Park and Amphitheater. A little more background about how the subcommittee came to be. Last spring, the City Council established this subcommittee to review topics that had been emerging related to signature events, and considering the tie-in with signature events to our Town Square Park and Amphitheater and the conclusion of our 2-year pilot program, it made sense to merge those items, to review them together because there's some interweaving there. And the subcommittee then reflected on what was working, where there were opportunities for improvement, the overall vision for the Town Square Park and Amphitheater and signature events in general, the pain points, some of the public policy issues and operational issues. And basically pull that all together to then focus on what makes Murrieta really a very vibrant community, which is all these wonderful special events that we have that really add to the character of Murrieta. So it was a lot of work, and I want to applaud everybody that participated in that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Laura and Nadine, and they are going to walk us through the recommended changes that are as part of the policy.
Thank you, Kristen. Again, I'm Laura Frasso. I'm here to talk to you about Town Square Park and Amphitheater and our signature event policy. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm noticing the font and everything is a little funky up there, so bear with us while we get it together a little. Thank you for that. Okay. So the purpose of Town Square Park and Amphitheater and this policy is for it to become a vibrant community hub. We want people to come to the amphitheater for this purpose, for mostly performance-based events, and feel a sense of community. We would like to bring residents together for shared experiences. We want to strengthen the community vitality and enrich quality of life. We want to host lots of events here, such as concerts, family-friendly gatherings, cultural events, etc. Our intended use. So, sorry about that. So again, we would like large-scale productions and events that serve substantial crowds at this facility. We do have plenty of other parks that can have events or gatherings of smaller stature, but we do want this to be events of larger gatherings, regional gathering place, and a performance-based location where we have, plays, concerts, all sorts of things like that. This space would not be available for private social events. Unfortunately, we don't want weddings and things like that happening at Town Square Park, perhaps at a different location, but not at Town Square Park. The events would be open and accessible to the broader Murrieta community, and events can be ticketed if tickets are available for purchase by the general public. So we have several event categories. Some of them they've been in use for a while, and some of them are new. So we do have signature events. We currently have 4 signature events. We do have, new this time, we're doing presenting or bringing to you presenting sponsor events. Those are partnership events with city named as presenting sponsor. We have business negotiated events, which is also a newer category, and that is meant for more private revenue generating events with negotiated fees. Community events, which is most of our events that we currently have at Town Square Park. And then we're differentiating between large and small events. That would be based on the number of attendants, vendors, alcohol sales, traffic control plans. And then our city events, which are our city organized, funded, produced, and operated events that we currently do. Nadine and I put on those events. Those are considered city events. So one of the newer events that we are bringing are the business negotiated events. These are our for-profit events that we are looking for revenue generating opportunities. This would be a joint effort between economic development and community services, and we would be approving those events as they came in. We would hope for full cost recovery for staffing for these events, but we would be able to negotiate other things, potentially fees or usage fees, things like that. Our existing signature events, so in March we have the Tour de Murrieta. In October we have Susan G. Komen's More Than Pink Walk. In October, we also have the Murrieta Rod Run, and in November, we have the Rotary's Field of Honor. So presenting sponsor events is one of the new categories we're looking to propose, and we are looking to actually propose that the Rotary's Field of Honor be our first presenting sponsor event. We are looking to have the City of Murrieta as listed on all of their promotional material as the presenting sponsor. And the city's partnership model for this, it's based for meaningful community events, larger events that would not have as much of an in-kind restriction as the signature events. And I want to say we would now turn it over to Nadine for our new Seed to Succeed program.
Yes, so for our new Seed to Succeed program, this program is something that would support new community-focused events that are organized by nonprofits. It would help organizers build the capacity and show their events' potential, and in turn work towards long-term sustainability and possible signature event status. So events must successfully complete a self-supported first year before becoming eligible for up to $2,500 per year of in-kind support during the during years 2 through 5 with the potential to become a signature event in year 6. Applications and approvals will be reviewed twice a year in February and July by the Community Services Department and the Economic Development Department. Each organization will need to adhere to established performance metrics each year, such as attendance thresholds, effective event management, and compliance with all city requirements. This structure encourages innovation for new community events while also managing city resources responsibly. So some key updates to the policy we're establishing clear annual event limits. So it would be 1 event per organization per year, with the exception of the Murrieta Valley Unified School District, who will be able to host up to 4 events per year at the discretion of the superintendent's office. It also reinforces that all events must be open to the broader community, like Laura mentioned earlier. It also introduces a 12% alcohol revenue share to help offset facility wear and maintenance. And then because we want event organizers to feel confident and prepared from the start, we want to implement a new online planning tools page with the ultimate goal being transparency and efficiency for event organizers. That way they know the costs up front. And then this will also include the public safety matrices, brief overviews of various event requirements, and direction to the special events permit application that has all the details laid out. And then, so user fees. This slide is just a snapshot of attachment 2 in the agenda report. This outlines the proposed fee changes. So it shows the current fees and then the proposed new fees side by side for each fee category. And the most significant fee reduction being the park's hourly rates. Staff costs are calculated using fully loaded hourly rates, which are established for each position, and those rates account for wages, benefits, and associated overhead, and are applied based on the actual staff assigned to that specific event. And then each event is billed based on the number of staff required and the hours worked. And then lastly, we're proposing an alcohol revenue share for any event that sells alcohol. This would be 12% of gross sales and is intended to help offset additional facility wear, maintenance, and operational impacts associated with alcohol service. And then here we have kind of a sample event that we put together to just lay out the costs with our current rates and then with our proposed rates. This specific example shows a first-year ticketed concert, which would require the park to be completely fenced with approximately 2,000 attendees. We wanted to illustrate how fees are calculated based on real operational requirements, and the total fees shown include items that were in the previous user's fee slide, but mainly display the 14-hour park rental and associated staffing costs. So this specific scenario uses the new public safety matrix, allowing the organizer to combine private security with Murrieta Police Department officers, and then it also helps demonstrate how the matrix can reduce police staffing while also maintaining the safety and aligning with industry standards. Fire prevention and medical requirements are applied consistently using the department matrices as well. And then to put the alcohol revenue share into perspective in this scenario, if the alcohol profit from this event would be $10,000, the revenue share would be $1,200. And then, as you can see, kind of on this slide, with the proposed rates, costs are cut down dramatically from, the total costs are cut down dramatically from $14,710 down to $8,744. And then, so next steps, after today's discussion and direction, we will reconvene with our ad hoc subcommittee, knowing that we will need to come back to council to adopt the formal policy. And then we just want to reiterate that these are the points for city council discussion. And from here, I'm happy to turn it back over to members of the ad hoc subcommittee, Mayor Warren and Councilmember Holliday.
Thank you very much for your report. You did an excellent job, all of you. And there have been weeks and weeks of meetings. And so your time has been invaluable for us, and we thank you so very much. I'm going to go ahead and let Councilmember Holliday step in first, if you'd like to.
Sure. So a couple things I wanted to point out. Of course, staff did an amazing job as always. Thank you very much. On the signature events, like the Murrieta Rod Run, we kind of lumped the signature events in with this policy because the Rod Run does not happen at Town Square Park. But it seemed the best place to have the policy all in one since it was all kind of related. So while you see a signature event that doesn't occur there, it is still part of a signature event. The Rotary Field of Honor, the reason we kind of separated that out is because it's unique. We don't keep track of our actual staff costs for them. They have put it on. It's grown to something that's a recognized city event, but we wanted it to be kind of set aside as we, like with the other ones, we give them $10,000 in kind currently, and the Murrieta Field of Honor, we weren't even tracking it. And I wouldn't want to suddenly impose upon them, by the way, you're getting $15,000 worth of benefits, so you got to kick in $5,000. And so we kind of separated that one out as more than a signature event, and that's where the category of presenting sponsor came from, which then we would get more recognition than we do now for all that we put into that event as well. And the Seed to Succeed, which was a name the mayor came up with, so if you like it, I supported it. If you don't like it, it's her fault. I really like the idea when we're talking about how to kind of create a place where we didn't want everybody to come from and say, hey, we want to put on this event to help us do it. We wanted them to stand alone on their own for at least a year, and then we can evaluate whether they qualify for the Seed to Succeed, which the mayor's input on that title I thought was perfect. It's kind of like the Murrieta Innovation Center, but for little events. And so I think that, and we put some caps on it that they had to do their own thing to begin with, and that we're only able to do 3 a year, so it's not unlimited. And if they were successful their first year and came to us, theoretically they could fill a slot for years 2 through 5, and then they would become a signature event if they're successful and the council agrees to it. So those are my thoughts on what we've been presented. And with the goal being that we want to activate the space. We want to make it someplace that Murrieta residents get used to coming to for the big events and enjoy it.
Thank you, Councilmember Holliday. I'm going to piggyback on a couple of things here. I think as a whole committee, we felt it was very important for signature events to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and not rely on our money to make their event successful. That we felt that it was important that they also go out and get sponsorships and vendors or whatever it takes to make them whole, and not expect the city to cover all the cost. The alcohol share, if they take in, like the example was, it's not a lot of money coming to the city, but it's a part of accountability that we thought was important. And when you think about the cost of reseeding the grass or making maintenance improvements we have to have some revenue to help with that. So we tried very, very hard to work across the board to make it fair for everybody, and also lower the cost so that it was more applicable for others to perhaps check us out and see if they'd like to use our space. So that's why we did drop the fees. We checked around at other facilities, other states, other cities, and what they were charging. We were very diligent about doing our research on this. So no one just came out of these ideas pulled it out of the air and said, oh, I think we're going to do that. There was a lot of work and thought and process put into this. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to members of the council for questions. Please, first, no discussion. We're just going to do questions right now. So we're going to start with Dr. Lisa DeForest.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to thank staff for all the work they did, and also thank our two amazing council members, Ron and Cindy, for working diligently. And I know that they were having way more meetings than I would have liked to have attended. So I appreciate your time and diligence.
Where's your question?
Okay, my questions. I was thanking you first. I'll get to my questions. Okay.
I got a thumbs up from Casson, so I did something right.
Yeah. All right. So, question on that is the $2,500 in-kind support this is on slide number 8. So slide number 8, the $2,500 in-kind support, is that a maximum? So there would be maximum of 3 events. So would that be giving them $2,500 the first year? Or could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Read it right here. 2 to 5 years after the first year.
So for the Seed to Succeed program, the first year, they would have to stand alone. They would have to prove to the city that they had a viable community-based event. Then years 2 through 5, they would receive that $2,500 in kind.
And
Okay.
that's how you're getting the metric piece.
Correct.
That's how you're getting that metric piece. Okay, I just wanted some clarity on that, because to me, that was a bit confusing reading that. I didn't
Correct.
spend months.
And again,
But it was up to 2,500. It could be less than that. That would
Yes.
be the max. That wasn't going to be the end all. I mean, that could be the max.
And you do have to remember, kind of the purpose of this new Seed to Succeed program is Laura and Nadine receive various phone calls throughout the year to put on events. And some months it's a lot of phone calls, and they always want the city to help. Laura and Nadine truly know which organizers tend to be better organized, tend to be able to hold an event at the Town Square Amphitheater.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And then on slide number 9, Murrieta Valley Unified School District. What events are they currently doing there now? Because they would be up to 4 per year. What events are they currently doing? Could you just refresh my memory on that?
Sure. So this last year they did one, because we were only allowing one at the time, and the one they did was their pre-K kickoff.
That's right, okay.
We have received phone calls from Thompson Middle School Band, from, I want to say it was Vista Murrieta High School Band. We have received other calls. We haven't been able to say yes right away. I think our 4 per year in our head was 1 for elementary school, 1 for middle school, 1 for high school, and then maybe 1 for the district. Okay. But it would really be up to the superintendent's office to okay them as they came in. If they were calling us, we would probably send them back to that office and let them decide which ones they were going to allow to move forward to us.
Okay, thank you for the clarity on
But the
that.
fees would still be included. It's not
free.
gratis.
No, it's not $0. It would cost
Fees
them
would be
money.
incurred.
Okay, and then on also slide 9, you talked about a new online planning tool. Is there a cost to that planning tool? Do we already have that in place?
Yeah, there's no cost to it. This actually, we have 2 things. We do have EventMe, which is at no cost to the event organizers. The city does pay for that, and we do require event organizers to utilize it for mapping and insurance. But this is actually something that's going to be on our page, the event page, that will have different links and different things like, oh, you need a dumpster. Here's where you need to go for your dumpster and recycling. Oh, you need, the police matrix, the fire prevention and first aid matrix, the insurance requirements. It's all
Perfect.
going to be on basically one sheet, so they just hit the links and everything will pop up very easily.
Wonderful. That sounds absolutely amazing. And I think that's all my questions for now, but thank you again for a great job and all the clarity.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem John Lavelle?
Thank you, Mayor. The first question I have is, do we have any market intelligence on what events we think are going to be using this, especially in the for-profit realm? Other than concerts and movie showings, I'm having a hard time just penciling what I think would be in that space. Do we have any interest list, I guess?
We have gotten a few calls or a few people who have come in. Scott and a few of us have been on some phone calls with I'm trying to remember the name. Yeah, Lighthouse Immersive, and it was, I remember one of them was like, I think it was Van Gogh, and they had different things up, and there's so many different things. I feel like the sky's the limit on what could be out there.
Okay.
It's just, our division's not large enough to go out and get everything and bring it in, so sometimes we wait for people to come and say, we would love to utilize this space, and then we are able to say yay or nay.
Yeah, I think the price difference in the two, I mean, that's significant and certainly should be, I hope, enticing to creative people with businesses that would never have looked at the space. The other, with the pricing difference, did you guys talk about any tiered approach for, like, if I want to run an event and it's September 30th at noon, it's going to be a lot harder, I think, to make accessible than it would be, let's say, June 1st, when the weather's beautiful outside all day long. Would we need to charge more for the more premium times to use that space?
We didn't talk about that at all.
No?
We want, by and large, from the get-go, we want to simplify the whole process, because what we have heard from some of the event organizers in the past is it can be a confusing process. We have a multi-page special events application, and there's a lot of components when you start getting into the insurance requirements, the riders that are needed. And so we try to simplify. So no, we didn't take into consideration the dates. However, a lot of that would be covered under the new business negotiated tier. Whereas if something, a festival comes in, it's a country rock music festival, we know they're going to sell 4,000 tickets. We know there's going to be people that are going to go to our restaurants and to the bars afterwards. That provides a benefit to the city. So therefore, we can negotiate fees there. Now, the starting point is full cost recovery for us, but we would have that latitude to be able to negotiate.
And we did put in a Monday through Thursday fee and a Friday, Saturday, Sunday fee. So it's not based upon months of the year when
But
it
obviously
falls
Saturday,
in the year.
Sunday are going to be more. And
Friday,
more
Saturday,
wanted.
Sunday are more than Monday through Thursday.
But we wanted the space to be available for people Monday through Thursday to utilize the space as well.
Yeah, you see it with wedding venues, and it works great because a Thursday wedding is much cheaper than a Saturday night wedding, right?
So, but we were also looking at cultural events such as plays. I mean, really good theatrical plays there would be really cool to have, and we wanted to have that space available for those type of entertainment as well. So that was something we discussed at great lengths.
Okay, my last kind of question, I guess, is the slide 11. It talks about the scenario where they choose the private security with MPD officers. I mean, my first thought was it's going to be the security requirements should be much different, and assumedly would be much different given a beer drinking festival or axe throwing festival or the combination versus like a nun convention. So
A nun convention?
I mean, I would not think we need 4 officers at a nun convention, if that's even a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. Right? Like,
Well, I don't think that event would have alcohol in general, so that would be a different matrix. When events have no alcohol, obviously the number of officers is greatly reduced.
oh, I did, okay.
Yes, so there's different matrices depending on alcohol. Even for a concert, depending on which kind of a concert, depending on the number of attendants, there's a lot that goes into it. So there's a matrix that kind of explains it all that we've been working with PD
Like
on.
a Teletubbies exposition would be different than a Leonard Skinner concert, right? Okay. Correct. That's all I got. Thank you.
You had me at none. I'm just having a hard time with that one. Okay, and we also did realize too that private security would have to be vetted through the police department first. So there would be a list of approved security people that we know would do the job, and so that was something we also discussed. Okay, I'm going to move it over to Councilmember Stone. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First of all, I love the fact that you're mandating, especially with the special signature events, that we are the presenting sponsor. So thank you for that. Can you go to page 8, please? So I'm not sure up to $2,500 is really a good start because when you go to the cost, people are going to eat up $2,500 immediately, and that's from 2 to 5 years. So I believe it should be higher than 2,500. I'd like to recommend up to 5,000, depending on the event. And in addition to that, I love the fact that you just commented about each event is negotiable, and most importantly, it's about full recovery costs, and I think that's also extremely important.
Lori, I'm going to correct you on a couple of things, just so that we're all on the same page. Only the business negotiated are negotiable, as far as fee schedule and things like that. And the 2,500, we were trying to get new users to get vendors and sponsors. We're holding them responsible for showing us that they can put on an event without being totally subsidized by the city. That's why we kept it.
But not every event is going to require that they have vendors. And yes, and I think it should be case by case, because it may be an educational outreach symposium, and to put a limit to up to, and it doesn't say anything here about business, so that has to be specific in the language. And again, I still believe it should be negotiable based on the event that somebody wants to do at our amphitheater.
These are all the for-profit businesses, not the nonprofit.
This would be for the nonprofits.
Oh.
This is for the nonprofits, but there'd be a brand-new event here, and we wanted to see how they did before we offered them any seed money.
Again, that's my opinion. Okay. I can tell you right now that Mayor Pro Tem and I are negotiating with a nonprofit that has a very successful event in Temecula, and they want to come to our amphitheater. And being that this is our first event with them, they have a track record of making a lot of money. And so I still believe that everything should be negotiable. And being that this would be a new event to the city of Murrieta, it is an existing event in another city. So I'd like for you to consider that moving forward.
Could that be a business negotiated one?
Not if it's a non.
Not if it's nonprofit.
It is a nonprofit.
Okay.
Okay, can we go on to page 9, please? Okay, so Council Member DeForest asked the question about Murrieta Unified School District. And regardless of whether you're going to do one at each school, I don't understand why we would limit them to 4 events a year, especially if they are paying for the use of our amphitheater. So I don't think we should be putting a limit on how much they want to utilize our amphitheater. If the time is available and they're willing to pay for the services, if they want to do 10 events a year, we should allow them to do that. Again, that's my opinion. Moving on to page 10, please. The special event permit application fee. I did an event, as you know, Brian, every single year except for this year, and that was the live pink human ribbon to launch Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation and Michelle's Place wanted to expand that event by having breakfast and coffee in the morning. And because we were going to have coffee and breakfast in the morning, they wanted to charge them $745.91. To me, that is very, very expensive, and my suggestion is to lower that to $500. Moving on to page 11, please.
Yep, where we just
I want to commend staff for and the ad hoc committee from lowering the current rates from $14,700 to $8,700. That's a huge difference, especially when nonprofits are primarily our signature events.
None of it.
With regards to the Murrieta Police Department, is it possible to negotiate, depending on the event, that we would have volunteers from the police department act as our public safety versus having a sworn officer at these events? It's something that I'd like for you to consider as well. So thank you for that. And then I'd like to talk about Murrieta Rod Run, and I'd like to talk about market nights as well. So let me go to my page here. So as stated, that the Murrieta Rod Run is not at our amphitheater. And so obviously, I don't have what is in front. I don't see what their budget is. I don't see what our hard costs are, actual costs for the Rod Run. And I know that a lot of these fees probably would not be useful to them because it's not in our amphitheater, but more importantly, I'd like to see what the costs are. Are there additional costs or different costs? Because it's not at the amphitheater, that's because it is in downtown. And wouldn't market nights also fit under the same category? That's my question to you, Brian.
No, they're completely different with the city. It has nothing to do with this.
Okay. And then with regards to Councilmember Holliday's comment about Rotary Field of Honor that we're not tracking, I think it's very important that we should be tracking. And again, I think that those costs should have been presented as well. So we have a clear understanding of what each nonprofit is getting from the city of Murrieta. Sorry, Councilmember Holliday, did you want to say something? Okay. Those are my questions, so thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to Councilmember Holliday.
I didn't see in the presentation our purpose statement that you guys had spent so much time on. Can you share that with the rest of the council? Did I miss it?
This first slide captures the key points from the
It does capture the key
purpose.
point, but
Yeah.
do you have the actual statement? That,
I do. I can read it for you.
Oh,
that'd be
thank you.
great.
Town Square Park and Amphitheater serves as a vibrant community hub designed to bring residents together through shared experiences. This dynamic public space provides a welcoming environment that strengthens community vitality and enriches quality of life. By hosting concerts, family-friendly gatherings, and cultural events, the park fosters a strong sense of connection and contributes to a thriving, connected Murrieta. And it was very important. We started out, we had a few weeks of meeting to develop. This is literally a purpose statement. This is why the subcommittee exists. And we wanted to make sure that everything we did prior or after setting this purpose statement, we wanted to make sure we could tie it back to here. And so we had multiple conversations in different months that we kept going back to the purpose statement. So Councilman Holliday, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you. And that purpose statement is, I think, probably the fourth iteration, at least, because we spent many weeks on it, because without the foundation of what are we trying to accomplish, it really was just shooting blind. And that's why I wanted it to be read to you guys, because that encompasses what the ad hoc committee and staff felt it was the purpose. And so if there's discussion on should the purpose be different, then that's what we should have under discussion.
Are you finished, Mr. Holliday? Okay, thank you. We're going to move on to Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle before we go to the...
I think that's a typo. I'll take my.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. If there's no more further questions from the council, Madam City Clerk, are there any public comments regarding this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Casson-Klein.
I've got a lot here because I've got to bail out at 4:30 for a conference call, and hopefully I'll come back. But first and foremost, I want to echo your compliments to staff, and I want to compliment the subcommittee. Fantastic job. Laura, could you put up the first slide, please? So the first 3 bullet points: vibrant community hub, bring residents together for shared experience, provide welcoming environment. Could you now go to the slide that is the business negotiated events? Oh, you can go back one. Go back one. Look at that lawn. Look at that turf right there. Now, I've been to 4 of your houses, and Ron, knowing you as I do, I can only imagine yours is the only house I haven't been to. All 4 of you immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Your yards do not look like that. And this does not reflect on you or on staff, but our turf at Town Square Park is an absolute embarrassment. People, this is our house. This is our front of the house. This is our backyard. 2 weeks ago, the 5 of you committed nearly $350,000 of discretionary money for additional pickleball courts at another park. This is great, but if we're going to have this, we need artificial turf here. And there's going to be a cost savings on irrigation. So I wanted to get that out of the way, and we absolutely, and I'm sure that'll come up at the goal setting, but that, in my opinion, needs to be a tier 1 priority, and I hope you folks move on that. Who is going to police the private, who's going to monitor and police whether more than 25 people or a private event? Because I can tell you, when we were working at Ghent Shamrock, the charter school on Calmia uses this park as their PE field. I don't know if they continue to do that, but they did it consistently for the 7 years that we did that. And we had to kick them off when we were putting fences around it. So if we're going to do that, if we're going to have a rule, then let's make sure that we enforce it. I saw in the staff report that there was going to be an escalator, but I didn't see where an annual escalator. I didn't see where there was a percentage. I think that's important to get nailed down right from the very beginning. Ron, you touched on this. Alcohol revenue share subject to events that are not held at Town Square Park. Specifically, I was thinking of the Rod Run. And then, Lori, to your point, the Field of Honor, the Rotary not tracking, if I may. This is my last point.
Yeah, that'd be fine. No
thank
problem.
you.
You're welcome.
I agree with you, Lori. We absolutely should be at least tracking the time. Not saying that we would want to limit it, but I think that's the responsible thing to do, to track staff time and costs.
Okay, it is being tracked. It just wasn't, we didn't have it here.
Okay.
We do
All
have
right.
those numbers.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Madam City Clerk?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Brandon Schaffner.
Hello.
Hi there, my name is Brandon Schaffner. I'm the chairman of the Murrieta Rod Run. I handle everything operational with Laura and things like that. I agree with the plans that there's something in stone for new starting events because we've grown with the city. What used to be a 1-page application is now 27 pages. And as a nonprofit, that's a cost, that's volunteers. We've done everything the city's asked. They send us a bill, we send them a check. We've never negotiated anything. I would recommend for the in-kind donation, we're maxed out at $10,000. This is our 14th year, maybe for years 10 through 15. We've done everything right, we've earned it. Maybe you can extend in-kind for years 10 to 14 for the nonprofits that from the day one, it was a 1-page application. Now it's 27, and the costs have ballooned as well. But the in-kind donation hasn't been adjusted in 4 years for us. So maybe you could put that into you guys' thought process.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, may I ask a question?
Oh, sure.
Brandon, I'm just real curious. What is your net from the Rod Run from last year?
Total in
No, your net, what did you net after all your costs?
Around, I believe it was 84,000.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk?
Veronica Griffin.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today, and thank you for the invite. I appreciate that greatly. I am an educator in the neighborhood, all over the place, I should say, but wanted to thank you guys just for giving us the opportunity to have our Sankofa Forever nonprofit organizations event hosted at the Murrieta. What's the name of that park over there? Community Center for the last 4 years previous to the one that we just had here, our first one that was hosted here at the amphitheater. And it was a great success. So I thank you guys for giving us the opportunity. So since we did have a successful year here at the amphitheater, and with your new policy that you're proposing, just wanted to see, is that an opportunity for us to now be able to apply for the 2 through 5 year to be able to get the in-kind donation?
Well, we'll have to come back to you on that because I'm not sure. This has to be adopted first.
Oh,
so-
if it is
Yeah,
adopted.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to check on
Yeah,
that.
it is. This is just a workshop where we're getting ideas and questions back and forth, and then when they bring the policy back to us, then we'll have more definitive answers.
Okay, excellent.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming by. Madam City Clerk.
That concludes public comment.
Okay, I'm going to bring it back to council for discussion. I know we've all given a little bit of direction. Does anybody want to bring a point forward for more clarity for our staff and the subcommittee? Or ad hoc, I'm sorry. Mayor Pro Tem, is it you in this
That's
this
me.
time?
It's correct
okay.
this time.
I wasn't sure.
I'm not click happy. Yes, I think after Mr. Klein had mentioned the grass, I'm fully supportive of it not looking like this. Now, I don't know that fake turf is the answer.
It's too hot.
I know I put fake grass in my house because I don't have time to mess with it. And then I got dogs and felt bad they didn't have real grass, so I put real grass, and now it consumes my life taking care of the lawn. I know fake turf is very expensive. It also has a lot of drawbacks like heat. It's almost unusable in the summertime. So I would, to his comment, if we're going to even pursue fake grass, it has to be shaded. The sails above going across this thing, it would be unusable during the daytime in the summertime if it was.
Time limit on the wear and tear on it as well.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I guess it would be, if it's 10 years on something super high use, I mean, that's something to consider. I mean, but I do like the idea, and his reference to this being our house and that being our backyard, he's certainly correct. If we're going to market this thing as an asset to the community and charge for it, we need to make it chargeable or make it an asset that we can charge for. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember DeForest.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. To piggyback on that a little bit, Councilmember Lavelle, maybe we just need to have better gardeners because I have grass and I don't want any artificial turf in my home. I want real grass. And if I go to a venue, I want to sit in grass. I don't want to sit on plastic with that little black junk getting in my shoes, which is absolutely disgusting. I'd rather have dirt in my feet than little black pieces of tire in my feet, right? Infill. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful term. I appreciate that. So I don't really think that the Field of Honor would want to poke 5,000 holes in our artificial turf either. So maybe we just need to get a little bit better maintenance going on our grass. And I know that that's why we're trying to limit the number of people using the grass because wear and tear on the grass and we got to water the heck out of it after, et cetera. So I really don't think I want artificial turf, but I do, I think the Field of Honor just in that respect could not have artificial turf. I don't know, maybe they put the little holes, but we're growing so much that we're going to have the whole entire area filled with holes. With holes. Yes, thank you, thank you.
The holes in grass is DG, so the holes will stay there unless you actually repair them after you put the stakes in.
Right, and put a plug.
Yeah.
Kind of like a widget or a divot or whatever the, yes.
divot.
Yeah, thinking of it wrong. I love the simplified process. I think that is amazing. I thank you for that. Recognition for the city I love the Rotary Field of Honor, but I have felt many times that the city of Murrieta isn't recognized enough, and all the things that we do to support that event. So, you know, I'm a huge supporter of the Field of Honor, but I really like to see Murrieta brought up to a whole different level when it comes to that as well. And thank you, Mayor, for letting me know, too. I do agree with Councilmember Stone that we do need to monitor and make sure of the money and expenses that we're putting into that wonderful, amazing event. I love the school district. You know, that's a big, huge part of me is education, being on a school board for 8 years. And but I think that we do need to limit our school district. And even though I love our schools, and I think that's the foundation for our community, I do believe that they have other avenues and many other fields and many other venues that they can use for their school events. So I think that limit to 4 needs to stay. I think that you guys have done an amazing job. And I think that we do need the escalator. I agree with Mr. Klein. If that, you know, if we're moving this forward, I didn't see that in there either. And if that's just something hypothetical, or if maybe you could clarify that do we have an escalator? And I see Kristen's raising her hand.
Kristen?
Yes, I'm happy to speak to that. So the town square, the user fees for Town Square Park get incorporated into the city's overall list of user fees for all of the different services. And annually, we go through a process where we update the fees based on an escalator. You see that happen. It's usually kind of around the same time as we transition to the new fiscal year, and that's when they take effect. So these fees would go through that, they'd just be part of that same list and that same annual update, and it's based on a formula associated with CPI, and that's how they get adjusted. That's why sometimes the numbers are a little weird with little senses on the end, because that's what happened.
Okay.
I also want to acknowledge the comments about maintenance of the facility as well, and that's been something that's been on our mind as staff also, especially with the goal of increasing the use. Right? We want to see the space used more often, but more use also means more wear and tear. And how do we take care of this treasured facility so that it continues to look good for years and years to come? And so that is on our mind, and that's something that we're working with municipal services on to look at what would be the ideal cyclical maintenance schedule of things that should happen on an annual basis, on a every 3-year basis, things like painting, but it also ties into the 12% alcohol revenue share that we're proposing, which is kind of associated with wear and tear on the facility associated with events that serve alcohol. And so that would be part of the nexus, if that's a funding source that can help go back into ongoing facility maintenance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that. I didn't know that it would go into the city's already existing escalator. But just for my last comment, going to page 11, with these new simplified user fee proposed new rates, it's going to save a startup event $6,000. That's half. You just cut the price in half. So if that's not incentive enough to come have an event here, I don't know what will be. And I really do think that it's amazing that we would bring new events here and try to make them be incubators here and make them stay and play and thrive, because I think that's for the betterment of our community, right? We want that amphitheater busy. Because it really does add to our community. So I thank you all again. I thank you for all the hard work on this, and I hope my comments help moving forward.
Next in the queue is Lori Stone. Councilmember Stone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm going back to what Councilmember DeForest and Councilmember LaBelle talked about, and also Casson Klein with regards to the grass. I think there's some logistical issues as well with the amphitheater. Am I correct as far as certain areas are flooding with the sprinklers? Has that all been mitigated, or is that still another issue? And maybe maybe the solution, colleagues, is to put the money into additional infrastructure to fix the problem. So, Brian?
Sure. Anytime you have a facility that's, 4 to 6 acres, you're going to always have some, whether it's irrigation issue, a venue that's used regularly, you'll have issues. But there's no flooding issues. It's graded, so by and large, the fact of the matter is, when we have 3,000 to 4,000 people out there for a concert, it tramples the grass. The grass needs time to heal, and maintenance needs to be done. We use the lowest cost that we can get. It's a contract that we have.
So let's talk about that for a second. So we've significantly lowered the costs, which is beneficial to those that want to come to the amphitheater. And let's just say hypothetically, with us lowering the costs of the user fees, that we have event after event after event. The number one conversation here is the grass. How are we going to deal with the grass? So, City Manager Clifton, I think that's consensus here should be something that we need to deal with, because in looking at all these user fees, the one thing that I'm not seeing, unless I've missed something, which is possible, is maybe we should have a lawn fee. Those type of events that really are beating up our grass area, again, going back to each use should have certain fees, and maybe we should have a lawn maintenance fee depending on the use. The mayor said she wants to bring musicals or plays. Well, I don't foresee that possibly, encroaching on our grass, but maybe in the concrete area, and they would not have that particular fee. But then you have the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation walk that utilizes our grass significantly. So that's just something that I would like for all of you to consider. Okay. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We're going to bring it to Ron Holiday as the last in the queue, and then Mr. Klein, I'll bring you back up.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think I mentioned this during some of our ad hoc committee meetings, that the escalator, and I think this should apply citywide since we're now talking about the escalator, is we should round that to the closest dollar or the next highest dollar or the next highest $5 or something. It's ridiculous to have a $745.91 fee or whatever it is. And so I think when we look at that for the upcoming approval, I would like to see that as an option coming forward. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Mr. Klein, would you like to come back?
Thank you. As some of you may know, I served 2 different 3-year terms as a trustee up at the cemetery. If you want the grass, I thought Crystal was cutting me off.
The meeting started.
Yeah, they'll wait. This is you are all more important. That's right.
Wait a minute. Is that on record? I want that on record.
So, did you want me to sing? No.
No.
I served as a trustee up at the cemetery. If you want the grass, and we had challenges just with the weather and the little bit of traffic that we got up there. So I agree with all of you, with all of your comments, but unless we have a full-time maintenance crew to manage that grass, and Mayor Warren, being in the golf industry, you know what it's like at a golf course.
Boy, do I.
Right? So golf courses have grounds maintenance that tend to the turf every single day. And it's not just water and fertilizer. No. It's aerification twice a year. So you're talking about significant costs. I agree with you. Don't want to sit on those things. Hot, artificial turf, although kids play soccer on it year round. We didn't have these concerns when we were talking about the soccer complex in Los Alamos.
But they're not sitting on it.
I don't want.
That's the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then just one last question about, to Kristen's point about the escalator and the fee. So are user fees different than DIF? Because as we know, DIF doesn't get updated when it should every year. So I think that the escalator, it needs to be very clear the percentage or whatever. Thank you for allowing me to
Thank
come
you.
back
You're
up.
welcome. No problem.
No, I need to go to work.
Go to work. Thank you very much. Oh, I do have Mr. Lavelle back in the queue. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle.
Thank you. This is it. I have a wild idea.
Wait a minute, I cut you off.
We have an amazing company in a neighboring city called Scott's Miracle-Gro. Could we have a City of Murrieta amphitheater powered by Scott's Miracle-Gro sponsorship opportunity here?
I think there are always creative opportunities for things like sponsorships. I don't know that that's something that we've explored. I would just echo the sentiments that, we're kind of playing a game here with two things that are in tension. One is to try to incentivize more activity in many ways by lowering the costs and reducing the barrier to entry, while also trying to recover costs and bolster maintenance and mitigate impacts. Those things are really working in opposite directions. So what you're ultimately trying to do is find the sweet spot. And in a year like this, just to give you an anecdote, a few weeks, if not more like 4 or 5 weeks prior to the Field of Honor this year, we overseeded the entire field so that it looked a lot better this year than it did last year, if you recall. But that's a pretty significant effort, and it means trying to keep people off the park for a number of days, excessive watering for a few days. Then where you do have maybe a low spot here or there, it does get a little more wet or saturated and stay wet compared to some other locations. It really is difficult. The more activity we have, the more impact we have, and the fewer windows we have to perform maintenance. So we're just trying to kind of thread the needle and get the best of all the mix of those trade-offs.
Plus, you need heat for that to even work.
So even with financial sponsorship, we're going to have a logistical challenge like we do with almost all of our athletic fields and almost all of our parks and really, frankly, all of our green spaces throughout the city that get pretty active use.
But how about if we bring this back when we're going to meet about this and go over this? Let's just put maintenance in as a topic for the ad hoc committee to review again and see if anybody comes up with a brainstorm idea. Okay?
Perfect.
Is that all, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yeah, I'm somewhat of a grass expert myself now. There's also different brands of grass, different versions of grass. I mean, there's so many things to throw at this. I'll divulge some of my wisdom to Mr. Holliday before you guys meet next time. So
He doesn't trust me with his wisdom.
you can have some too.
Okay. Okay, I don't see anybody else in the queue. Staff, do you have any, I'm trying to see you. Do you have any further comments that you would like to make before we adjourn the workshop?
I want to thank you for the robust discussion. I think we accomplished a lot, and I feel like generally I'm hearing support and consensus from the council in terms of what we've brought forward. And we're looking forward then to the next steps. And so if we've heard something different, I think there was some areas that you've brought up that we can take another closer look, but it feels like if anything, it's some fine tuning and bringing it forward. It's not a go back and rebuild this and come back to us.
Right. And then I do believe that we will have another ad hoc committee to review everything, to go over all of this before policies actually put pen to paper or type to paper and before it's brought back. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. Seeing no further questions, I'm going to adjourn the workshop and we will reconvene at 5 o'clock for our closed session. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 16th meeting of the Murrieta City Council. Is now called to order for our 5 p.m. closed session. Madam City Clerk, would you please call roll?
Councilmember DeForest.
I am here.
Councilmember Stone.
Here. Oh, sorry.
Councilmember Holliday.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle.
Here.
Mayor Warren.
Here.
Let the record reflect that all members are present.
Thank you very much. Madam City Clerk, would you please go over the closed session agenda and if there are any public comments?
Seeing no public comments, Madam Mayor, the City Council will conduct closed session pursuant to Government Code Sections 54956.9D2 because there is significant exposure to litigation in 4 cases. The City Council will also conduct a closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1 to confer with legal counsel regarding litigation to which the city is a party. The title of such litigation is as follows: City of Murrieta versus Karash Khaliji, case number CVME 2512084, Riverside County Superior Court, Menifee Justice Center.
Thank you. I didn't realize you were done. At this time, we're going to go to recess into closed session, and we will reconvene at 6 p.m. for our regular meeting. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 16th regular meeting of the Murrieta City Council. It is now called to order. Madam City Attorney, please provide us a report for closed session.
Thank you, Mayor. The City Council met in closed session on 5 items. First, they met on 4 cases of anticipated litigation. On those 4 items, the council was updated, no reportable action. On the last item, the council met on City of Murrieta versus Karush Kaligi. The City Council voted unanimously on a purchase price of $42,300 for an easement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam City Clerk, would you please call roll?
Councilmember DeForest.
Here.
Councilmember Stone.
Here.
Councilmember Holliday.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle.
Here.
Mayor Warren.
Here. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Let the record reflect that all members are present, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. At this time, if you are able, I ask you to remove your hats. Please rise. I would like to invite my family, my son Kyle and my granddaughter, to do the Pledge of Allegiance, led by invocation and remain standing by Pastor Salvador Rangel.
Please stand. Remove all hats and hoods. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, kiddo.
Great job, Emma.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather together and conduct Murrieta City business, Lord, we ask for wisdom for decisions that are going to be made, guidance as our council considers future developments. Pray for unity among the council members and with a new mayor as they address all areas of tonight's agenda. Lord, I pray for the citizens of Murrieta, that they are in unity also with the city leadership. Lord, we thank you and pray for your hedge of protection for Murrieta's first responders. We keep our city safe, Lord, and we thank you for your protection of this great nation and for all of our military services who are keep our country safe and secure against terrorists and anti-government domestic threats. And we ask for all this and give thanks in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. You may be seated. Before we get on to the fun, we do have some business to take care of. So we're going to ask Mr. Patrick Ellis for a presentation on tourism, Explore Murrieta. Welcome, Mr. Ellis.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle for a short period of time, and the rest of the council and staff. Patrick Ellis, President and CEO of the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, as well as President and CEO of Explore Murrieta. I feel like I can't see you, but we'll work through it. And I know we've done a lot of great work in and around Explore Murrieta, and I'm so glad that we've done so much work. We filled the entire council chambers tonight for this presentation alone.
Yeah, they are here just for you.
So thank you for this opportunity to present to you tonight on this update for Explore Murrieta. All right. Explore Murrieta is the destination marketing organization for the city of Murrieta. And we're here to help visitors fall in love with our sunny slice of Southern California. This year, we embarked on a large rebrand of Explore Murrieta. We had used the existing branding since our inception in 2017. This slide shows you the new Explore Murrieta brand with the fonts and colors. It also includes the do's and don'ts for people like me. That was a joke, just so you all know. On June 19th this year, we were happy to work with many of our brand partners to execute a brand launch party at the Murrieta Market Nights. Here are some of the images from that great day. You see a lot of us obviously, this was a great day. It was a little warm, but it was a fun day, had by all. So we also created some new merch to provide for our VIPs and some of the attendees of the market nights that night. We gave away a lot of sunglasses, stickers, some glasses, different notebooks, things of that sort. But this branding we really love and enjoy, and people have been very receptive to it. We also created some gift boxes that were specifically sent out to different tourism writers and editors around the country to help continue our exposure of the brand of who we are and where we're at. And you'll see some of the items that were included in those gift boxes, and these are all locally sourced items that were included that. Obviously, I'm going to bring your attention to the Explore Murrieta beer that we sent out, but this is a special sour that 8-Bit, our local brewery, did make called the Sunshine Sour with its own unique labeling and branding that was included in these packets. These were very well received, and you will see why a little bit later in this presentation. Here are a few images that we have now come to curate in some of our campaigns. It showcases the amazing vibrancy and awesome opportunities that people in our valley have every single day, and really trying to encourage more people outside of this area to understand how amazing this is. And obviously, I believe there are some faces in here that most of you will recognize. We also had the opportunity to come up with some new campaigns, some digital assets that we have, and some of you may have seen these on social media. If you do see these, we do encourage you, please like them and share them, because that helps us to continue to share the message of who we are as a destination organization. Here's a little video that we were able to put together with some of the assets, and so hopefully it should play right now.
It just happens. It starts with sunshine. Before you know it, you're smiling for no reason. In Murrieta, you can stop chasing the moment. Trust us, it'll find you. It's a hike at golden hour, a fresh bloom, a sip on a sunlit patio. Here, a joy-filled spirit comes free with every visit. Find your shine at exploremurrieta.com.
And we'll have more of these to come as the next year continues. For your information, though, here is some of the year-end data that I think that you all will be very interested in. So first off is our paid media. This is a lot of information, but I'm going to bring to your attention 2 points. First off, our Evergreen campaign was able to garner nearly 26 million impressions this year. With that, we were able to produce a very healthy 1.27% click-through rate. Next is our social media performance. We saw a 138% increase this year over last. That translated to a 128% increase in engagement. And overall, we were able to grow our audience by 190%. Our public relations, this is the part where I was talking about those media kits that we sent out. This year, we were very intentional on what we did in this area. So we distributed 779 pitches, distributed to all sorts of different publications. From those, we garnered 36 total media placements. Out of those 36 placements, we reached an estimated 182 million impressions. That is impressive, considering that this is not paid media for us. These are ones that these are earned media for Explore Murrieta. Our newsletter performance continues to provide well for us. With the rebrand, it produced a 174% increase in sends, with a 213% growth in opens. And with our website revamp, we saw our users grow by nearly 39%, reaching over 266,000 unique visitors. I want to thank you again for this opportunity for the update, and excited for the next chapter for Explore Murrieta, and I'm available for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Great job. Keep up the good work. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. You're good.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to move on to approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Seeing none. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda? I have a motion by Councilmember Stone and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you very much. City Manager, may we have an administrative update?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I just have a couple of things this evening. First of all, as I'm sure most of you anticipate, we're coming up on the holiday season, so I want to make sure everybody is aware of our holiday hours. Murrieta City Hall will be closed December 24th through January 1st over that Christmas break. Typically a pretty slow time of year, and this helps facilitate some of our team members taking vacation. We will open promptly on January 2nd, despite that being a Friday, so that we are here and ready to serve the public. And then also as a reminder, because of the holiday break, we will not have our first typical meeting. It's twice a month, but we will not have the first one, which is January 6th, so no council meeting that day. We will resume the second meeting in January on the 20th, but also please note that we are making an adjustment to our scheduled time where we will be commencing our council meetings at 4 p.m. beginning January. So January 20th, 4 p.m. will be the next council meeting. And then as always, we would like to stay connected, and you can help stay connected with us by going anytime to murrietaca.gov/connect. And that concludes my announcements.
Thank you very much. Let me go back, make sure I don't miss anything. Nope, there we go. At this time, we're going to do governing body commission and committee board reports and announcements. Governing body reports is the opportunity for City Council to provide a brief report on conferences, seminars, and commission and committee or board meeting attendance. Governing body announcements is the opportunity for the City Council to provide miscellaneous reports and announcements. Reports shall not exceed 5 minutes, and the city clerk will use a computerized timer. We'll start off with Councilmember DeForest.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to defer most of my announcements till next time, because I forgot to get that to you, Crystal. So sorry about that. I was Christmas shopping. But just to say, I did attend Shop with a Cop. What an amazing event that was. And thank you to our Murrieta Police Department for going over and above for those kids. And I want to thank the people that also, Chick-fil-A and Walmart. Walmart did an amazing job for the kids. They made them an area. They gave them coats because it was outside. And it was an amazing, heartfelt event. So really amazing community outreach to those kids. So thank you for that. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I appreciate the time. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Councilmember Stone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I attended the WRCOG luncheon, and it was lovely at March Air Base. I attended a veteran event at the Colony, which is in my district. I attended the Oak Groves Appreciation Luncheon and also the Medical Leaders Luncheon as well. I joined Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle in giving Cassidy Brewer a certificate of recognition. This young lady she had a cerebral aneurysm at a very, very young age, and she's in her mid-30s right now, and what she has done with her disability is just absolutely remarkable. So thank you for asking me to attend with you. We had our annual Santa Stops, and I will tell you, this year was amazing. The weather was not freezing. It did get a little cold, but it was wonderful. And I will tell you that the children were so appreciative and very gracious and very thankful. And some of the subdivisions that we visited had cookies and hot chocolate. There was definitely community participation along with a food drive. I attended 2.5 of the Santa Stops this year. 2.5. And I absolutely love
that
Councilmember Holliday brought back the Santa stops. To hear the community say that as children, they participated. As grandparents, they brought their children, now their grandchildren, especially the parents that were small at the time, were now sharing this memory with their own children. I also attended the Shop with a Cop event, and yes, special thank you to Walmart. Vanessa, the general manager there, she's just amazing, along with Chick-fil-A. And what I love about this event is it's teaching our children that our public safety is not against them. These are relationships that these children will remember for the rest of their lives, and the special gifts that our peace officers gave these children, and the looks on their faces when they got to open up their personal gift was very rewarding for me as somebody that serves our community. And then our peace officers take these children not only to have breakfast at Chick-fil-A, but to shop for their family members. They each have a budget of $200. And then after the children have done their shopping, they go back to the police department and they wrap the gifts for their family members. So I want to thank our chief and all of our peace officers who have been involved in this program. It is really just amazing. So thank you so much, Chief. Attended the Donuts with the Santa event at our town square park. Also, we had a beautiful Festival of Trees event where we had the lighting, we had food, we had music. The energy was amazing at our amphitheater. And again, here we are in December and our weather is 80 degrees. So only in Southern California. I also attended the Murrieta VIP toy drive that benefited Safe Family Justice Center, the children that have been affected by domestic violence. I also was asked to do a coin toss at the Quails soccer game. It was very exciting to be on the field and be able to flip that coin. It was actually a lot of fun. And then at our last city council meeting, we had a speaker that spoke about some mental behavior health issues that are going on in his subdivision. And I've had several meetings with Mr. Phillip along with our district attorney's office in continuing advocating on mental behavior health. And the deputy district attorney that I spoke to is the one that actually lobbies in Sacramento legislation and policies. And I will continue those conversations with our DA's office. And that concludes my governing body announcements, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Stone. Councilmember Holliday.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Correction on my governing body reports. The first item was a Town Square Park and Amphitheater workshop that got canceled right after I sent these to the city clerk. So that did not happen. Under my announcements, went to the new police officer swearing in ceremony, or that says sweating in. Apparently, we did an old-time Indian sweat hut. Is that new, Chief?
I don't recall seeing that there that day.
But are we fully staffed now? Yeah, so we're fully staffed. I thought I heard him say that. So we have no open positions in the police department. Thank you very much. And then my favorite thing all year long is the Santa stops. I went on 4. I don't know how you did a half, but I went on 4 out of the 7 this year. And just every year, it's just so amazing. The people are appreciative and the kids are amazing. This year, my question was, do you know what you want for Santa, want from Santa for Christmas? And they say yes. I said, do you know what your mom wants for Santa? And they'll give me this blank stare. And most of the moms said peace and quiet. So, and then I also attended the Shop with a Cop, which was amazing, and Donuts with Santa and the Festival of Trees like my other colleagues did, so I won't go too deep into that. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I just want to make a comment. Councilmember Holliday, did you see the picture in my thing here?
Yes.
I showed up at that night with you just to take the picture and say hello. That was my half.
Okay, every minute counts. Mayor Pro Tem Mobile. Thank you, Councilmember Holliday.
Thank you, Mayor. As usual, most of the things I do are captured on Lori's phone more than my own. So if I was at the event, you just saw it in Lori's pictures. I went to a Santa stop this year. I was able to go to as many, I think I did 6 last year, much more busy this year. But I will say that, Mr. Holliday, that probably will go down in one of the things that lives in infamy from your efforts. So I know the community is super appreciative of it. And I think it's really one of the things that makes Murrieta as special as it is. But I didn't have any cookies in my stops, so that's gonna have to change in the future. And the only other public event I went to was the 20-year ribbon cutting of Littlefield Physical Therapy here in town. They do therapy for disabled children. And to be in business for 20 years is amazing, much less anywhere in the healthcare realm. And to be successful at it, if you haven't seen it, they're off of Jefferson by Casa Jimenez. Great facility. They probably had 30 staff there, physical therapists, occupational therapists, and that mix. Speech therapists, there you go. Great place. If you guys know anybody with children with disabilities, that's where you send them. But that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I attended the RCTC Commission, where I advocate for this region all the time, and the report I will make sure gets online, but I do want to highlight one item. The resolution considering the I-15 Express Lane Project Southern Extension and with an environmental report and approving it. And the project will add 2 toll lanes in each direction on the I-15 from SR 74 in Lake Elsinore to El Cerrito Road in Corona, about 15.8 miles, include new southbound auxiliary lanes near the SR 74 and Nichols Road to improve traffic flow. So the impact report is moving forward, and it is going to happen. Now, in my lifetime, I'm not sure. In yours, I hope so. But the rest of my report, I will make sure gets posted. I will send it over to the city clerk. I also attended almost everything that they all attended, but I did have the opportunity to thank the mayor at Wildomar for her service this year, and then she surprised me with a plaque, which was not the purpose for my visit. I attended the Murrieta Department swearing in, not the sweating in, just so we had that clear. No, I'm not doing it right. The Melvet Holiday Toy Drive and Care Package Assembly. I also, this is very exciting, the Professional Women's Roundtable, our general meeting, but we also had our peanut butter drive. Thank you to Councilmember Stone many years ago. And we collected over 2,900 jars of peanut butter for our local food pantries, and that's huge. So that's the biggest amount we've ever collected. Santa stops were huge. I do have a little story there. You see the middle picture there is 2 cute little girls and their aunties, and they made hot chocolate for everybody, but they couldn't wait to make my hot chocolate, so I'm going to show you what it looked like. This much hot chocolate, this much whipped cream, and this much sprinkles. I was blue because she's poured a whole jar of blue sprinkles in it, and all you could hear in it was the sprinkles, but she was so excited to do that. And if you'll also notice, we had little babies this year. We had a one-week-old baby at one of our stops, so they were just so cute. I also had an opportunity to go to school, Alamos Elementary School flag ceremony, and that was pretty exciting. They had ambassadors greet me from the sidewalk all the way back to the playground, so that was a very fun morning. Donuts with Santa. Scott Agajani and I had an opportunity to go and do a fact-finding mission for the Los Angeles Kings, looking at maybe bringing something here as a training facility. We're exploring the idea. So we got to see the Kings training facility in El Segundo, and what a place. We saw their locker room, we saw the ice rinks, we saw everything. It was amazing. And I look forward to moving that project maybe forward. I also gave a presentation to the outgoing Temecula mayor, and I attended the Murrieta Valley Unified School District Facilities Advisory Committee meeting. I did Student of the Month, the Knowles Lady Society monthly luncheon, which was their Christmas luncheon yesterday, and I attended a meeting yesterday with the Rotary Club for the Field of Honor. So a recap meeting of this year's Field of Honor, and that concludes my report. We're now going to move on to public comment. Non-agendized items. Any person may address the governing bodies on any subject pertaining to city business. Normally, no action may be considered or taken by the governing bodies on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Madam City Clerk, do we have any public comments?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Philip O'Reilly.
Welcome, Mr. O'Reilly.
Hello. Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Philip O'Reilly, and I have proudly lived at 23590 Jefferson Avenue for 30 years. Tonight, I express my concern as an informed local. Wildemar is actively moving forward on a project to connect Palomar Street directly to Jefferson Avenue, which will redefine the primary gateway between our two cities. This connection is intended to relieve congestion on the 15 freeway and directly aligns with Murrieta's circulation element policy CIR-A2. This circulation plan states that within a 0 to 2 year time frame, the city will coordinate with neighboring cities to plan improvements to the Jefferson Avenue corridor, furthering Jefferson its historic role as a major north-south arterial road, similar to Highway 395 that ran through the region until 1960s. This is one critical obstacle standing in the way, or there is one critical obstacle, pardon me, of these much-needed highway improvements. A roughly 1,000-foot undeveloped stretch of Jefferson pinches from 4 lanes to 2, and an undeveloped portion that has no sidewalks and severely limits sightlines. This bottleneck exists solely because of the frontage of 4 ranch properties, including my own. That stretch alone prevents the full connection of Highway 79 north and south through Jefferson Avenue, which will extend to the 74 and 91 freeways via side streets, a true regional bypass. If this segment is not widened and improved before Wildemar completes its project, Murrieta faces 2 unacceptable outcomes. Either the road remains a dead end, undermining regional investment and planning, or it opens without proper infrastructure, creating severe traffic congestions and safety risks for pedestrians and commuters alike. Yet for over 20 years, these ranch owners have been told repeatedly, who knows when or if it will ever happen. About 20 years ago, the city threatened all 4 properties with eminent domain and placed utility easements on 3 of my neighbors' properties to acquire that land. My family's frontage was excluded because we refused to give it away without just compensation. That position has not changed. Last week, I made a video on social media that showed bumper-to-bumper traffic on the 15 freeway at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. That video reached over 40,000 locals, 2,500 likes, and 250 concerned comments. Traffic conditions are getting worse, not improving, and the public is paying attention. So today, I have 2 direct questions. First, why does the city's short-term action plan still read, preparing to plan? After 20 years, that language signals delay, not an action plan. Second, if the city attempted to acquire this frontage decades ago with this exact purpose in mind, why was city leadership unwilling to even discuss realistic outcomes when I formally raised this issue in a private meeting with City Hall on July 7th of this year? I came to you. This project serves as a regional transportation need. It is not a private favor. Murrieta government must decide whether it will lead or be forced to react. I am asking the city to please act now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk?
Catherine Barrett Fisher.
Show and tell.
Hello, welcome.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Council, and staff. Is it possible to show something here? Are you doing that right? Okay, so good evening. I came to the last meeting to invite you to attend the hearing of the March Inland Port Airport Authority as they consider approving a civilian cargo facility that will allow anywhere between 7,400 and 10,600 flights. These are civilian cargo flights at March Air Reserve Base. These are very dangerous. We fully support the military at March. We do not need one old, noisy, dirty civilian cargo plane. If anyone recalls what happened with the Louisville UPS plane crash recently, we can't have that over our homes. These civilian cargo planes are not maintained to the level that our military planes are, and if the March Inland Port Airport Authority were a business, it would have been bankrupt years ago. It recently forgave a loan to itself of $4.5 million. It loses an average of over $500,000 a year, and there's no benefit to the public. This is public property that we, the taxpayers, pay for. And the number one job of government is to protect us and protect our families. That's the job of the military, our public safety heroes, and they're doing their job. But we don't need the cargo port that's going to endanger our children and our families. And these civilian cargo planes lower our property values. They add an increasing amount of air pollution to our already polluted air, and they add more warehouses because they're a magnet for warehouses that bring more trucks, more traffic. So this is just the kind of facility we do not need. And I want to let you know that the hearing on the 17th has been canceled. So I hope that no one goes to the Riverside County Administrative Center where the Board of Supervisors chamber is located. So please do not attend this hearing. The meeting has been canceled, and hopefully we'll have time to let you know when the hearing is rescheduled, what that new date is. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. And if anyone would like a card to learn more information about this project, I will be in the back of the room. Thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk.
Connie McConnell.
Welcome, Connie.
Good evening.
Hi.
It's been a little while since I've been here. Merry Christmas to all of you. And I just want to say we are pleased to support all of you and pleased to have John LaBelle become our new mayor. So that'll be nice. I wanted to bring you up to date on our market. It's doing great. We are working on some expansion plans with some of these gentlemen over here. And we have gone out and we have surveyed the public businesses along one, along one end of the street, and they really are all for it because it does help their businesses. And I just wanted to say that Patrick, actually everybody was here so I could announce that on Thursday, December 18th, it's our last market for the year. And so come join us, it'll be a lot of fun. Be careful, there might be an elf running around. I've heard this rumor. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. He could be dangerous. He might do some photobombing when you take pictures. Oh, and speaking of pictures, we do have a photo opportunity at our information booth. There is the Jennings have put up a backdrop, and please stop by and have your picture taken with we take it with your own phone, so you have it. But it's a good thing to do. And just so you know that in the beginning of next year, we always are on the first and third Thursday of the month. However, since the first Thursday does fall on New Year's Day, there will be only one market in January. But we've really enjoyed everything that you guys have done to help us out. We appreciate it. I'm very impressed with all these decorations. It's so festive in here, it really makes me feel like I'm getting in the mood for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, and we'll see you Thursday night.
Thank you very much. Madam City Clerk.
Tammy Demchuk.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm here because I'm concerned about things that are happening at the Warm Springs Park and Preserve on Via Temprano near Whitewood. It's a beautiful park. I walk there every morning, early in the morning at sunrise, so I see all the stuff that's happened the night before. So there's 3 areas of concern I have. One is the outside of the park. There's a gate that blocks people from going inside the park. So people will park outside the park, and it's dark, there's no lights, and they do all kinds of stuff. The darkness seems to attract all the bad people. So we see, we've always seen booze bottles, condoms, just all the nasty stuff. But lately there's been box cutter blades, so I called the police about that. And there's been medical trash, lighters. Because the park is often closed, they'll go down the street and then go down the slope into the park, which is very concerning. I'm always worried that there's going to be a fire. And then, so my idea is maybe we could put more lights in or put signs that say no parking after dark. And then the other concern I have is the gate. It's not always closed. And this was really shocking, but I worked with the neighbors and with other people who walk their kids and dogs in the morning. And the gate to the park, there's posts on either side of it, but a car was driving through the posts and going into the park. The police, I'm so glad the police worked with us and helped us get this straightened out, but they drove down into the ravine, and they were sleeping in the ravine in their car with their car running all night. So it took 3 nights of me seeing this car down in the ravine, but the police came and we got it taken care of. So we need to have more posts put on either side of the gate, and then we need a gate at the top of the trailhead to stop people from doing that. So that's a huge concern about, I don't know, we don't know what people are doing down there at night. So street signs, or a sign maybe saying no parking after dark, more street lights, more posts at the entrance, and then a gate at a trailhead. And then my other concern is the park itself. If you follow the path that goes all the way up to the top, it's beautiful. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's just like a single path. It comes around this hill and comes around the top, and you have like a beautiful view. But it's only one way in and one way out, and there have been transient people there, which I've been calling. Most of them seem harmless, but some of them have, felt really intimidating, so I don't go up there anymore. But I was hoping maybe we could put another path somewhere on that hill, so it's not one way in, one way out, so that if we went up there and there was somebody scary. Thank you very much.
Before you leave, thank you. Could you give your name to our city clerk and phone number so we can contact you later on, and your address, please? That would be great. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Madam City Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That concludes public comments.
Well,
so sorry about that.
This is what everyone is here for tonight. Selection of the presiding officers. We are now moving forward with the selection of the presiding officers. Madam City Clerk, would you please preside for the selection of mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Pursuant to City Council Resolution 194178, in odd-numbered years on a yearly basis, the City Council shall hold a reorganization, to select presiding officers of the Murrieta City Council and all boards, districts overseen. This will consist of selection of presiding officers, as previously stated by the mayor. The privilege of the floor will be extended to the outgoing mayor. The privilege of the floor will be extended to the incoming mayor, and then we will take a brief recess to continue business.
Thank you.
We will now move on to the selection of the presiding officers. The order will be as follows. As a city clerk, I will deem that all council members are on an equal basis to nominate and elect. Nominations do not require a second and are non-debatable. There may be more than one nomination. If there is more than one nomination, then there will be a paper ballot vote. I will walk you through it as I has in previous years. It's a lot of information, but it is procedural, so just bear with me. A motion and a second is required to close the nominations. Okay. Upon closing of nominations, I'll do a roll call vote. Upon the election of the new mayor, he or she will take the center seat, so there will be a little bit of musical chairs. Following the election of the mayor will be the election of the mayor pro tem. The new mayor will preside over this process or designate the city clerk in the same manner. Upon the mayor pro tem selection, they will take the seat directly to the right of the mayor. I think we've all done this before. Are there any questions from any council members?
No.
Seeing none. I now deem you on an equal basis. Do I hear any nominations for mayor?
Go ahead.
Yes, Madam City Clerk, I'd like to nominate John LaBelle for mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Stone.
Do you need a second? You don't need a second.
I do not need a second, but I need acknowledgement from Councilmember Lavelle if he accepts the nomination.
I guess. Yes, I do.
I'd like to make a motion to close the nominations.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you for that. So we have a motion and a second to close nominations. And with that, I'm going to take a roll call vote, if that is okay with you. Councilmember DeForest?
Yes.
Councilmember Stone?
Yes.
Councilmember Warren?
I guess.
Councilmember Holliday.
Yes.
Councilmember Lavelle.
Yes, indeedy.
We have a motion and a second to close nominations, and I'm going to presume that via roll call vote, we can nominate and finalize this.
Yes.
Councilmember DeForest.
Yes.
Councilmember Stone.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Councilmember Holliday.
Yes.
Councilmember Lavelle.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mayor Lavelle.
I kept it warm for you.
Mine. It's mine.
Wait a minute, I need to put these up because you can see over it. Oh, I have his phone.
Is this, oh no.
Jackpot.
Don't look under the Cindy Warren text messages. So now we're going to do Mayor Pro Tem. Madam City Clerk, would you like to take over?
Whatever it is the pleasure of you, Mayor.
That would be awesome.
Okay, I can do that. And I do have a couple public comments I'd like to take after, if that is okay. Okay. We now move on to the Mayor Pro Tem. Do I hear any nominations for the Mayor Pro Tem?
I'd like to nominate Ron Holliday.
I'll second that. Oh, that's right, no second, sorry.
That's okay. An affirmation is okay.
Yes, thank you.
You accept the nomination. Very good. Are there any other nominations?
I'd like to make a motion the nomination be closed.
Very good.
Second, if you need it. You don't need it.
I do. Thank you.
She did.
We have a motion, a second to close nominations via roll call vote. Now that I have a new mayor, it gets a little. Councilmember DeForest.
Yes.
Councilmember Stone.
Yes.
Councilmember Holliday.
Yes.
Councilwoman Warren.
Yes.
Mayor Lavelle.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. And Mr. Mayor, could I take a couple public comments on this item?
As long as they're positive.
Casey Gerardo. I can't see. Casey?
Oh, okay. I thought I was in the first part of something. Positive. They lost my card, I guess. Okay.
Is yours?
It's not Madame Mayor anymore. It's now
Your man-child.
Mayor Lavelle. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, council, city staff. We would like to thank you all for the support that you've had with all three of our nonprofits, Murrieta Market Nights, the Murrieta Arts Council, which I know you guys are still working on the Arts in Public Places policy, right? That's still there, and Main Street Murrieta. So thank you for all that support. We look forward to a 2026. We are working on the expansion for Murrieta Market Nights, and that's going well. We're getting nothing but affirmations from the section that we plan on expanding to. So we appreciate your support again, and we look forward to it in 2026. And congratulations, John. Thank you.
Robert Frederick.
Well, congratulations, sir. Obviously, ma'am, thank you so much for your support. On behalf of all of the men and women at Waste Management, you've definitely been a support, and we thank you for your leadership. Just wanted to congratulate you, sir, on the appointment. Look forward to working with you, and thank you for your support for all the men and women at Waste Management. So, thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to extend the outgoing mayor the privilege of the floor.
Thank you very much, Mayor Lavelle. That has a nice ring to it, you know? I'm going to read from some notes only because I don't want to miss anybody. As I conclude my mayorship this year, I'm honored to take a moment to reflect on our collective achievements and express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has contributed to our city's progress this year. My vision for this year was better together, leading with vision and purposeful service for a brighter tomorrow. First, I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to our city manager, Justin Clifton, for your exceptional leadership. Your vision, guidance, and steady hand have been instrumental in navigating challenges and seizing opportunities that have shaped our community for the better. Your unwavering commitment to excellence set a standard for us all. Your ability to connect with our community is a tremendous asset, and it's been an honor to work alongside you this year. I'm excited to see your action plans take our city to the next level of customer service, our community demands and deserves. We are better together because you are leading by example and understand the path our city needs to take to continue to grow and prosper, keeping public safety and quality of life top priority. To every director and members of their teams, thank you for your hard work, professionalism, and dedication. Whether working behind the scenes or on the front lines, your efforts drive our day-to-day operations and turn our plans into reality. Your resilience and teamwork are the backbones of our city's success. Thank you to our city clerk's office for their dedication and professionalism throughout the year, and to Rosa and Rachel for keeping me on track, making it possible to attend so many events, meetings, and ceremonies by updating my schedule consistently and constantly every day, making sure I had everything in hand for presentations and speaking engagements. To my esteemed colleagues on the City Council, I deeply appreciate your partnership, wisdom, and unwavering support throughout this journey. Together, we have tackled complex challenges, made tough decisions, and celebrated meaningful victories for our city. Your collaborative spirit and commitment to serving our community has been invaluable in shaping the direction and success of our initiatives. Thank you for your dedication, insight, and friendship as we work side by side to build a stronger, more vibrant future for all of our residents. Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle, now Mayor, your advocacy has increased awareness and options for mental health care in our community. Councilmember Stone, you led efforts to address state mandates by building regional alliances and advocating for infrastructure support, along with tackling never-ending issues of traffic congestion. Councilmember Holliday, your determination to revive the Murrieta Santa stops, bringing joy and Christmas spirit back to our community neighborhoods, has been nothing less than amazing. Councilmember DeForest, your dedication to higher education has brought us closer to establishing a 4-year college in our region, which we so desperately need. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication so Murrieta can continue to move forward for a bright future for all who live, work, visit, and play in our beautiful community. What have I been doing this last year? Let's see. Groundbreaking for the Murrieta Hot Springs Road Winding Project, Murrieta Senior Center 20-year anniversary celebration, Murrieta Library Expansion Project groundbreaking. Together, we have all worked hard to put shovel to dirt at the Triangle, which I believe will be a reality in the near future. I had the opportunity to help with the transponder to help get our fire department into the knolls quicker, saving lives and property, and take care of defensible space in case of a fire outside of their community. I came up with a program called Champions for Murrieta, a recognition program where I awarded Sandy Word as my champion. Mayor Lavelle awarded Adam Bouvet as his champion, gave it to his wife, Tracy. Councilmember Holliday gave it to Patricia Farmer. Councilmember Stone honored Ernie Sanchez, and Councilmember DeForest honored Frank Donahoe before his unsightly passing a couple of weeks ago. I helped the Salvation Army holiday packaging and delivery stop for space at Village Walk to secure the space they needed so they could pass out goods and foods and holidays to our community. I helped initiate a neighborhood watch program through the police department outreach with their help that came from our town hall meeting that we had a few weeks ago about an incident that happened in our community. At Murrieta Unified School District, I honored 3 schools in this district designation as Purple Star schools. These schools will excel in supporting military students enrolled in their schools, also recognizing the teachers and administrators who oversee those programs. Murrieta Valley Unified School District now has 11 schools as Purple Star schools. That is remarkable. I had Murrieta Elementary kindergarten class visit City Hall. I gave certificates to Thompson Middle School. The list goes on and on. But most importantly, I was the opening speaker for Field of Honor ceremony and Melvat Memorial Flag unveiling. Melvat Military Care Package event, Temecula versus Murrieta. And Murrieta won. Great job. Temecula will be picking trash up in Murrieta, wearing shirts I Love Murrieta in a near future date. We had Youth and Government Day here at City Hall from second graders at Buchanan. Murrieta night at Lake Elsinore Storm Stadium, where I did throw out the first pitch and it went over the plate. We had our Susan G. Coleman walk, Michelle's Plake Walk for Hope, and of course our State of the City this past October, which gave us all the opportunity to showcase beautiful city programs and our amazing staff. I proudly represented Murrieta at commission and subcommittee meetings, including workshops for RCTC, RTA, and TNOW. I also currently serve as the second vice chair for RTA. I made 2 trips to Sacramento along with Councilmember Stone to advocate for local control and much-needed infrastructure dollars to help ease the burden being put on our community by state housing requirements. I'm almost done, I'm sorry. Traffic conditions and public safety. And Dr. Lisa DeForest and I will be heading to Washington, D.C. to do the same thing, advocating for appropriations for Keller Road interchange, public safety needs, and Fire Station 6. I've put in over 55 hours of volunteering at Murrieta Elementary School. I have coached soccer in the spring and the fall of this year and helped my family raise over $1,300 for our library with Emma's Lemonade and Cookie Stand. In addition, I attended over 52 community and regional special events, attended football games and performances at our elementary, middle, and high schools throughout the district, and sponsored Murrieta Chamber events. Yes, it's been a very busy year, but a very rewarding too. This year has shown us how powerful teamwork can be in public service. As our city continues to grow, we face new challenges and sometimes make mistakes, but we keep learning and seeking innovative solutions. Throughout these obstacles, our city team has consistently demonstrated dedication by going above and beyond for our residents. Their hard work has made a meaningful and lasting difference to all they serve. Lastly, but not least, I want to thank my family and my friends for allowing me to serve as the mayor for this city. I know it took time away from our family gatherings and friendship things that we do, but what I committed to, my word is my word, and I did do my very best to take care of my family and friends and the city all at the same time. As we look forward to 2026, I am confident that together we will continue to build on our successes, learn from our challenges, and make our city an even better place to live, work, and thrive. Thank you all for your service, passion, and partnership this year. We continue to be better together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Murrieta, for allowing me to serve as your mayor this year. It has truly been an honor. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right, that was long, but too bad.
Okay, I'd like to bring up the council to say a few marks, if you'd like to, starting with Councilwoman Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Cindy, you represented us so professionally. Every time I called you, you were either on your way or at an event or on your way home, and your advocacy is stellar. So thank you so much for your year of commitment. Now you can rest. So Merry Christmas, and also Merry Christmas to everyone in the audience, and also Happy Hanukkah as well. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councilwoman DeForest.
Oh, you looked the wrong way.
I was checking on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Yes. First and foremost, I think as we reflect on this year, I'd just like to extend my sincere gratitude to our amazing city manager and outstanding city staff for their dedication, hard work. This city is great because of our staff, and I appreciate them so much. It is a true testament to their efforts. I want to also thank Murrieta PD and Fire for their unwavering service to our community. But personally, I'd like to thank our exiting mayor, Cindy Warren, for exceptional leadership and serving as a strong conduit to our community. You were always there, If I couldn't be, you were always there, and I knew that you would be. I want to thank you for that. Your professionalism, accessibility, and commitment have made a lasting impact, and I'm especially grateful for that. Congratulations on an amazing year, and it will keep going because your enthusiasm will keep going. And to our incoming mayor, I'd just like to say congratulations. You're going to do a great job, John. I know that there will be many laughs, which have already started, and I know that your advocacy for our city is great, and you're going to do a great job. So I appreciate you sitting here next to our new mayor. So congratulations.
Last but not least, Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You are like Santa Claus, everywhere, all the time. Knowing who's naughty and nice, I'm sure. It's been exciting to watch you fill the role of mayor. The passion at which you embraced the job was incredible. Probably better than I could do. So appreciate you taking all my teasing all year long, because there's been no shortage of that. And shortage. And it will continue, just so you're not missing out on anything. Congratulations. Thank you for a great year.
You know, there's a theme of how much you were doing, and I can certainly say you set the bar for what I will not be doing. I also was impressed with how much you dedicated your time to this city. I will strive to do so, but I probably will fail. Thank you for your service in the last year, and I look forward to working with you on council in the next year. Merry Christmas to you as well. At this time, I would like to present you with a gift from everyone on council. So if you'd please go down to the floor, I can give it to you. You guys can all come down.
Look, I have a keychain that says mayor. Here, hold that. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Start our own.
Thank you so much. That is beautiful.
I had nothing else to do. I'd be like, let's go home after party.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Third time I've given a go
Oh, good. Thank you all so very, very much.
Okay. This microphone is much farther away from my other seat. I have to lean over significant. I'm going to think sit on your lap for this.
Just move your chair.
All right. So in true fashion of speeches, I think they're better with comedic relief or poetic justice. So I wrote you guys a poem.
Nice. You're not singing it, are you?
I'm not going to sing it. I'm not that crazy. I'll start this off with a simple thank you to Cindy, my colleague. This past year just flew. Your time with the gavel sunsets now. Hold your head high as you take a bow. I have lived here now for most of my life. Off the same road, Clinton Keith, all with my wife. Murrieta is different in many special ways. It is because of the things. Is it because of the things we have, or is it because we pray? My hospital and my CrossFit family and friends, I aim to make proud serving the city we're in. You are all tasked with such a great calling, catching and saving those who are falling. I am so humbled you've chosen to be here now. My day-to-day goal is to make you all proud. The entirety of my life in the room now with me, there are only two missing, my Roe and my Reese. Our city is solid with Justin as lead because a true leader empowers the staff to succeed. To my colleagues on council that support me today, let's keep fighting hard to keep Newsom away. From our children, our homes, some freedoms at play. The risk of losing control is the demon we slay. I can assure you all that can hear me now, in the tug of war of power, we will not bow. Lastly, to my daughter and my always supportive wife, this only makes sense if you support this life. I know it's a lot for me being busy. It's easy to serve. That's my greatest gift from the city. I love Murrieta, our city we hold dear. Merry Christmas, my people, and Happy New Year. Just a little preview for 2026, my people.
State of the city in Rome.
We will now recess into the hallway
15 minutes.
for 15 whole minutes for cupcakes, handshakes, and hugs. So you guys are all invited. Okay. Welcome back. We're now moving to the consent calendar. Items on the consent calendar are considered routine and may be enacted by one motion and one vote. There will be no discussion on these items unless specific items are removed from the consent calendar for separate motions. Are there any requests from the City Council to remove themselves on the consent calendar?
Yes.
Mr. Holliday?
I'm recusing myself from item number 8 due to owning property within 1,000 feet of the project, and I would like to pull item number 14.
Okay. Councilwoman Stone?
Yes, Mayor?
Would you like to recuse yourself?
I don't
No?
think so.
Okay.
No.
I was just doing it by name. Councilwoman?
Yes, thank you. Mayor, I'm recusing myself from item number 13 to owning property within 500 foot of the project. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And Councilwoman Warren?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing from you, all right. I also have to recuse myself from item number 8 due to owning property within 1,000 feet, as evidenced by the 90 people that were just in the room at that property. That is it. Can I have a motion and a second for the consent calendar?
And
a motion by Lisa and a second by me.
Mr. Mayor, for the record, there are no public comments.
Okay.
And also for the record, all members of council are present.
Oh.
Thank you.
We missed that part. Thank you.
That's all right.
Can I get a vote, please? Oh. I did second, okay. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Oh, you know why? Because we just sat here. That's why
At this time, we're doing reconsiderations from previous added items.
No.
Item, oh, never mind. We pulled one. Can we please have item 14?
Roll call vote.
Did you? You pulled this? Hello, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you, sirs.
You got to move the decorations.
Yeah, I'm moving decorations. I can't see.
So item 14 that we have here that Mayor Pro Tem has wanted to hear about. This is, we don't have a presentation specifically for this item tonight, but this is the Hayes Avenue Bridge project. And the focus of this particular item is to purchase the actual bridge material itself from the contract, from the developer of the bridge. We have already entered into an agreement previously in October to design the bridge with Contech Engineered Solutions. That design is currently underway. The work is mostly complete. The first submittal is in and is being plan reviewed, and they're now attempting to resubmit. What this item is here tonight is now the second step in that process, and that is to actually make the actual purchase of the bridge material. The bridge material cost is not going to change regardless of the changes that we're doing to the design that's underway. The design changes would be changing things associated with the footings of the bridge, for example, not the portion that sits up on top of the footings, which is what this would be purchasing. The product is a concrete arch culvert system. It's precast. It's manufactured in Menifee, and the material cost, I believe the cost is $130,500. We have a you'll notice that the contract sum is $150,500, as that is inclusive of the $20,000 design fee that we have already executed with Contech Engineered Solutions. I'm also requesting an additional 15% contingency, just in the off chance that something else comes up where there is an increase in cost. We just want to make sure that that's available. We're not expecting that to take place. So that concludes the presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any council questions? Mr. Holliday?
Do you want me to press my button?
Oh, great. I think I see you ready.
Thank you. Which portion of the bridge is the one that's over the water line? The footing or the actual bridge we're purchasing?
It's actually the wing wall, if you will, so almost neither. The bridge itself actually the arch span itself actually will not be over the top of the water line. There will be a wing wall that will be formed and constructed that approaches the bridge structure, if you will. So anytime you have a bridge, you have water that's coming into a defined element, you need to funnel that water into that defined channel. So the wing walls effectively do that, and they sit kind of outside of the approach of the bridge.
So it's only the wing walls that'll be over the actual water line?
Correct.
None of the footing or structure of the bridge?
Not of the bridge itself, correct. It's the wing wall, right.
And time frame?
So where we currently sit, once we order the bridge, which we can't do until the design is complete, we're not expecting that process to be complete until the first or second week of January. We then would place the order for the bridge, which is why we wanted your approval on this this evening, so we didn't have to wait until the end of January. So we'd like to be able to place the order. It takes 8 to 10 weeks to fabricate the bridge itself. Once the bridge is in, and while that is taking place, I will be negotiating with a contractor that would be doing the installation of the concrete footing. That is going to be a separate task order. We'll be negotiating with a couple of contractors to find an agreeable price. Once that's agreed to, we'll bring that to your council for approval of that contract. The idea would be that would be lined up with the delivery of the bridge, which would be 8 to 10 weeks from when we order it in January. So likely looking at end of March, early April.
For completion?
That would be for starting construction. It's really a 4-week construction window.
So April completion?
Yeah.
And they don't have those bridges in stock? No, just kidding. Home Depot does, I'm sure.
Bridge in aisle 7. Is that all, Mr. Holliday?
That is all the question I have.
Thank you, sir. And Councilwoman DeForest.
I just want to say thank you for trying to speed this process up and for bringing it to us. And thank you, Councilmember Holliday, for pulling this. Yeah.
Madam City Clerk, are there any public comments on this item?
Seeing none.
Thank you. Bringing it back to council for anything further. Doesn't look like we have anything. I'd like to call for a motion in a second.
We could do verbal, council.
Sure.
This isn't working. All motion?
Okay.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Motion by DeForest, second by Warren. Let's vote verbally, I assume.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Councilmember DeForest.
Yes.
Councilmember Stone.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Mayor Lavelle.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. All right, now moving to reconsideration. Madam City Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any council member who voted on the prevailing side of the original motion may move a reconsideration to consider new information or correct inadvertent errors on a non-public hearing item at the same or the next meeting. At this time, are there any requests from City Council for reconsideration? Seeing none.
Thank you. Now's the time to add or withdraw items for future agendas. Any council?
I have one.
Okay. What do you got, Miss
Thank you.
Councilwoman DeForest? Sorry.
Missy, what do you have tonight? So I would like to propose bringing back a policy or an ordinance to ban Keratom, which is 7-OH.
Kratom?
Kratom.
Yeah.
7-OH is a psychoactive component which occurs naturally in keratin leaves in trace amounts, but it's now being synthetically concentrated into various products that are sold in smoke or vape shops and gas stations, convenience stores, and other retail venues in cities. This product in high doses, alone or co-used with some other alcohol or other sedative, can cause severe respiratory distress and death. Entirely unregulated, concentrated synthetic OH is available for purchase by anyone at any age. So if you're 12 years old, you can go into a spoke shop and purchase that. So I do have the ordinance from this Huntington Beach Municipal Code. I'd like to give that to staff at my council's direction. Huntington Beach passed this ordinance a while ago, but I think that Murrieta also needs to pass this ordinance with some supreme significance, and I would like to expedite this if possible. I believe that we are a very community-oriented city, and this is not a community-oriented drug. This is absolutely affecting our schools, and because anyone, any age can get it, and according to some of the data that the California Narcotics Officers Association gave me, it is being widely used in our middle schools.
So this would be added for discussion for approving that ordinance in the future date?
That is what I understand the request is. And yeah, so if you want to gain consensus on that.
I definitely want to support that.
Yes, yes.
I believe you have consensus.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Awesome. Okay. Before we adjourn tonight's meeting, happy holidays. Since our first meeting of the year has been canceled, we will see you all next year. Not the same time, but the same place. All future council meetings will begin at 4 p.m. with no further business. Our meeting is adjourned. Wait. I have something special for you guys. Uh-oh.
What's camo?
Bullhorn. Now, just to set the tone and precedent for how this is going to go for the next year, meeting's adjourned.